Welcome to GHOSTWATCH2016. We're watching Kamen Rider Ghost. My name is Coriander Dickinson, and I've seen a bunch of Kamen Rider.
My name is Heather Deary, and I don't know what I've seen anymore.
My name is Kate Stark, and I just yawned so good.
Proud of you. This is episode 34.
Wandering the world of dreams.
Kate,
Corey.
what happened last time?
Please tell
So
us,
much.
Kate. Please tell us.
Here's what happened last time. Taco broke his Eyecon. Taco got more dead. Taco goes to space. There's more. Taco makes people cry. Taco makes people happy. Taco hangs with Teletubby sun friends. Wait, there's more. Taco lives on inside all of them. Taco comes back to life but is actually still a ghost. Taco elation stream. And then Taco kills the boys.
The Latex Boys.
The latex
The bad,
boys.
bad gun misers.
But only like two of them. There's still too many latex boys around.
Too many sweaty boys.
So this time,
Sweaty latex boys.
What
about this time?
This time we've got 37 days left. And someone, somewhere, has a shiny pink bracelet
And it's taken to lie down because it's nap time
on a little yoga mat
with a bunch of other people.
next to a stuffed zebra and a stuffed reindeer with balloons covering it. And in the background there's like a stuffed ram.
And if that was not weird enough for you, Steampunk Man is watching them all sleep.
I realize this sounds weird even for this show, but everything they said is true.
Let's go back to Snapple.
Well, we cut to inside the dream of the people that are sleeping.
I was hoping to avoid that.
And the man with the glasses that just laid down has transformed not so much in physical space, but is wearing different clothing now. He's dressed as a child
Okay.
with a bug-catching net
Yes.
and a little straw hat.
Essentially, think to Pokemon Red and Blue with the bug catcher Pokemon NPCs you gotta fight. He looks exactly like one of them, only not tiny.
Also, they're in a flower field of tulips.
Tulips. And there's a woman in a bride's outfit and
Oh, you mean a wedding dress?
and a guy in a baseball outfit.
A bride's costume.
And
A costume for brides.
I'm not sure if it was in this scene, but there's another guy dressed as a soccer player.
Boy and girl dreams. Dreams for girls, dreams for boys. Getting married in sports. So I tried to write down that now after that we're back at Snapple, but I goofed up and it says Snaffle.
They're back in Snaffle.
We're back at Snaffle HQ. We're back at Snapple HQ. They're all in the upper part of the basement. They're in the lab part. And Taco's thanking
They're in
everybody.
the upstairs and the downstairs.
They're in the upstairs to the downstairs. And Taco's thanking everybody for bringing him back. And everyone's like, I thought you were really gone this time.
Except for Onari, who's all like, I totally predicted that things would be okay.
But Yurisen like, no, you didn't predict nothing.
And
Chump.
then Onari tickles him.
Not the armpits, which is a line.
So then friggin' Taco brings out new Eyecon.
Which we didn't realize he got a new icon. I thought he got like just a new transformation from inside his spirit power or something. But no, he got a new funky icon.
They did not show us this icon last episode. And this is a very different looking icon in the fact that, okay, so it says Mugen Ghost on it. But it's picture a normal icon with an extra cartridge bit added to the top.
It's got a growth.
A protuberance.
That looks like the infinity symbol.
But it's very squashy.
And it's made out of so much glitter plastic. So much plastic filled with glitter.
It's bad.
Contained glitter.
And then Akari asks if Taco has come back to life again, has the deadline for the 99 days been reset?
Which is a good question to ask because it's really confusing.
And everyone's like, I don't know. Gramps, do you know?
And then Gramps is like, oh, Miracle Boy. And then we had a realization when we saw Makoto and we saw Spectre. I keep calling him different things.
Makoto is his
I know,
untransformed name.
but
he's
still.
not dressed as Kamen Rider Spectre right now.
I still like calling him Spectre better. We saw Spectre and we saw Poncho Boy. And they both turn and see Gramps for what we realize is the first time. And they both go, Magistrate?
Yeah,
'Cause-
they recognize him as Military Gramps.
Yeah, they recognize him as Military Gramps from Gnome Hell.
And Gramps is all like, "Oh, you know someone that looks like me and is super handsome and awesome?"
What a dreamboat.
I'd like to meet them.
But I don't know who you're talking about.
So, I can't tell if this does mean Gramps is supposed to have like a doppelganger, or if it really is Gramps.
He was
'Cause
acting
it
so
could be
weird
both.
that I'm thinking it might be him.
It could be either or. And I can't decide which.
I've never fully trusted Gramps.
I think we'll know eventually.
Yeah, I hope so.
They went into a lot of information at this point because Gramps started going on about how Taco was supposed to use a duplicate body to kill gnomes.
Well, they were supposed to imprint his soul on the blank icon that his dad mailed to him, but he died before he could do it.
And then later he merged with his dad's soul.
That's when he got the booster juice icon.
And things happen, and I was very confused. There was a
And
lot
so
of explaining.
now they have to use a wish to save both his soul and his dad's soul that is joined with his.
And then Poncho Boy points out that they had all 15 icons, but nothing happened. And Gramps says the Great Eye interfered.
No, the Guardians of the Great Eye interfered. The Great Eye is the source of the power in the universe and also what granted the wish before when canon was brought back.
Okay. I'm glad
And-
you were able to pay attention.
So in Gnome World, there's the 15 Guardians, and they're the Gun Misers.
The Latex Boys.
The Latex Boys are protecting the Great Eye from outside interference from Earth.
Okay.
Dead Dad and Gramps work together to make the 15 heroic spirit icons to fight the Gun Misers, but the Gun Misers learn from previous encounters and evolve over time. So they might not be able to actually defeat the Gun Misers and get access to the Great Eye in time for the new, 36-day deadline.
That's right. They mentioned 36 days after the episode title told us there was 37.
Yeah, and Urison has one of those little chits again with the date on it.
Taco Time says that he believes it'll be fine, that they'll be able to make whatever happened with the Great Eye because he believes in the souls of the spirits.
He believes in the hero's infinite power. And then all of the icons were lined up in front of the monolith. And they all agreed by lighting themselves on fire for a minute.
And Gramps is all like, "Whoa, this boy might represent the potential of humanity."
He's a miracle boy.
Yeah, I wrote down Infinite Potential, Miracle Icon for Miracle Boy, which sounds like a title of this episode.
I just like all of the little icons in the row down at people's feet. Like they haven't given them a special place so much as they're just on the floor in front of everyone and they're all wiggling around and on fire.
You'd think there would be a special place for them. It's either a sack or on the floor.
Just on the floor.
Well, unless you're Military Gramps, he had that whole nice room set up.
Yeah. And then Urison comes in and says, "Yo, there's a weird dude upstairs waiting for you guys." And we go upstairs, and it is
One of the professors from Akari's school that she totally goes to.
Akari's too smart for school.
We did actually see not this guy, but his brother previously. His brother is the one that took nap time at the beginning of the episode, but also earlier, way back in the day when Akari did go to school at one point, he tried to get her to carry some crap somewhere.
But she was busy. Too busy to carry the professor's things.
So Brother Professor talks about Dreamland professors being in Dreamland and basically says that he is reluctant to ask for their help but needs it.
So I think we cut to Dreamland again just to confirm that we're talking about... His name is Professor Jiro. And that makes me think of two things, either Jiro Dreams of Sushi or Dr. Jiro from Dragon Ball.
Both are valid things to think about.
But if we were to give Bug Catching Boy a nickname,
Butterfly Boy.
I like Butterfly Boy.
and what about his brother, the one that's hiring Snapple to free his brother from Dreamland?
Professor Sirius.
Snape. Sirius Black.
Sirius Snape.
Solid Snake.
Solid Snape.
Metal Gear. Solid Snape.
Solid Snape's pretty good.
I like Solid Snape so much.
Yeah.
So Solid Snape is hiring Snapple to rescue his brother, Butterfly Boy.
From Dreamland.
I like Solid Snape a lot.
Yep, Solid Snape is good.
Oh, we do good work here.
We cut to a close-up of an iPad with the website about Dreamland on it.
Because they're advertising publicly.
Showcasing the little pink bracelet you gotta put on to get to Dreamland. And Urison pops up. He's like, you don't have time for this stuff, Taco. You got a deadline. You're gonna die for realsies soon.
And then the Grim Icon possesses Professor Snape.
And gives him a little outfit of a crown and a cane, like a scepter sort of thing, and a white shawl with fringe. And Solid Snape starts acting all goofy.
He's all like, you gotta have fun. It's important to have fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'm a fun person.
And we hate him.
King Solid Snape is a little much. I like regular Solid Snape a lot better.
Then we cut to Steampunk having a FaceTime conversation with Sweat Emperor. Sweat Emperor is like, Taco's got a new power that might be a legitimate threat to our plans. You should deal with him. And Steampunk opens up a new window and looks at his like security cam footage of the Snapple crew coming in.
Like moths to a flame, although autocorrect change it to like mothers to a flame.
The best
Mothers
part,
love the flame.
the best part is there's like a zoom in shot of Akari and he sees her and then he like touches his face with the sound effect of a slap happening. Which Corey, I believe you called a slap back.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the slap back, but we heard the slap back.
He definitely felt it again. So I'm kind of looking forward to more of. I don't like their rivalry that much, but I do think it's really funny how obsessed with being slapped in the face he is.
Hey, we're not here to kink shame.
I didn't think it was a kink. He doesn't seem to like
He doesn't seem to be happy
be
about
into
it.
it.
It might be a kink.
He might not have discovered it yet. It's true.
His kink might be getting kink shamed.
So the moths arrive at the flame
The mothers arrive at the flame.
The mothers arrive at the flame in that the group ends up in the yoga studio with the sleeping people with no difficulty. There are no gnomes anywhere. And they're like, oh, all these people are sleeping. And Solid Snape tries to wake up his brother.
And Akari's like, no, don't do that. You don't want to do that. PB holds up the wrist of one of them and it's like, oh, they all have the bracelet on. And then Spectre's just like, look at these bracelets just sitting here. I bet we could use them.
And Anari's all like, yes, we will go into the dream world and we will rescue everyone.
And then Taco's like, no, Anari, we need you to stay here and protect us. And Anari's pretty sad about it. So as soon as everybody goes into Dreamland, Anari finds a black marker and then it's a close-up of his face and then a close-up of Poncho Boy's face. And you just know he's going to have a goof.
Yeah, the marker he finds is on a table with a bunch of markers just all standing up on end, and he picks up the black one.
I feel like the building they're filming in isn't a yoga studio so much as like a kids' school.
Yeah, like a soft play.
Yeah, I think it's like a
preschool.
daycare preschool type area.
Okay.
They're in the nap room.
The
Oh,
nap
that was
room.
my favorite part of preschool. I remember it now. There were fleece blankets, and we
What?
got to write our name on it.
Oh.
So we each had our own personalized fleece blanket, and then we'd go to nap time, and everyone would wake up and then go play, and I would wake up in the room by myself like an hour later because they would just let me nap for longer.
They did what?
They just let me nap for longer.
Oh.
Because you were on little mats on the floor, and so there would be
Yeah.
like dedicated nap time at like 3. It'd be like, all right, everybody, nap time. And we'd all get down there and nap.
We had those blue foam mats, like the ones that you Velcro to the wall of the gym.
Mhm.
Yeah. Similar to those. But then we'd have our own blanket. And I just remember always waking up like an hour after everyone was gone and just being like, yep, this is the life. Can we do that again?
Have a nap
I want to.
Nap room?
or go back in time
or
to
special-
preschool. I don't think they'll allow you to enroll again.
Nap time.
Special fleece blanket with your name on it? We can arrange that.
I just remember Spain being awesome because in the middle of the day, everybody takes a break. They go have a siesta. And then there's like an hour where all the shops are closed in the middle of the day because everyone's home just like taking a break.
Can
That
we
needs
get-
to happen.
Can we get a bunch of like Ghost Watch fleece blankets so we can go take like ghost naps.
Merch idea.
Dreamland. Ghosts in Dreamland.
Anyways, so everyone in Dreamland is super happy when they arrive there. Akari has a perfect science lab.
Hold on. Everyone in Dreamland is laughing in a creepy way out loud.
Except Taco, because he's looking around at his friends and going, what are they doing? So Akari has this like decked out science lab where she's like, I can do all sorts of experiments. This is going to be awesome.
Makoto has his sister.
1,000 times wearing different outfits.
Yeah.
And so he's like looking at her and he's like, Cannon. And then he turns and there's Cannon again, but in like a different costume. And then he turns again and there's like 5 cannons. It's actually quite creepy because in Dreamland,
like, so many cannons
where you can have whatever you
So-
want, he just has a bunch of his sister.
We've got like normal Canon, what you expect in like a normal kind of day outfit, and then like a school outfit.
My favorite is Pirate Cannon.
Pirate Canon with
the
a
mustache?
was neat as far as Canon goes, still just creepy as far as her brother goes. Sister complex dreams, weird.
The best out of all of them, though, was when we go to Poncho Boy's dream in Dreamland, and he is sitting on top of a pile of takoyaki, and there is a giant octopus cartoon behind him, and he's wearing a takoyaki hat, and he's got a pile of takoyaki in his hand, and he is just jamming on it.
Yep, he's got a special towel around just so you know that he can clean up that takoyaki mess that he's gonna make.
Which he already has takoyaki sauce all over his face.
But he's super happy.
God, I've never seen him so happy. And then Taco's like, hey, you guys. And then all of their dreams just like, poof, disappear. And they
Remember why you're here.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of sad.
So then Taco and Akari are talking, and she's like, I think this must be some kind of virtual reality. There's some sort of VR happening here. They must predict our desires, and then it appears here.
We look over at Solid Snape, who is receiving a Science Academy award, but he refuses it and then runs off to look for his brother.
It's almost like he was in the dream for a minute, and he's like, oh, this is amazing, and then he kind of snaps out of it, and he's like, no, I can't accept this.
Then we have 2 random Ganma show up, pulling kids' tents out of the ground that are around.
They're wrecking up the joint.
And everyone goes to transform. Taco's fine. But everybody else, their driver belts are now like balloon animal shapes, and their icons are these mushroom squishy toy things.
Yeah, like stress relievers.
And they're like, oh, what we gonna do?
At this point, I was like, well, maybe this is Taco's dream to save everyone.
Oh, interesting. I didn't think of that, actually.
But no, it's actually just what it looks like. And Taco can transform and save everyone with booster juice.
I just love the balloon animal belts.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
I
are
like
pretty
the
good.
little squishy noise that the mushrooms make, because
Mhm.
they made the sound that clicking the icons would normally make for
Mhm.
those people.
But they were
And
like foam.
It wasn't just the driver belts. It was for Poncho Boy. His wrist transformer was also made out of balloon animals.
It was amazing. So Taco transforms and goes Benkei, I believe.
Yep.
And then some latex boys show up.
In the prayer room.
Okay. So Steampunk is watching this Dreamland thing going on through his FaceTime window, and he's like, "I guess I better push you harder."
To reveal a new power.
Yes. I really had no idea that was what was going on. at
So
this
then
point.
in the prayer room, another latex boy descends from the tablet thing, which I guess will be our new opponent. But then all of the rest of them do, because Sweat Emperor is like, I thought you guys weren't supposed to die. And they're like, we're going to deal with it. But they do it more official, like with the lady computer voice that they all have.
The Grim Icon possesses Solid Snape, or is that later?
Solid Snape runs up to his brother and tries to drag him off, but he won't leave. He's really happy catching bugs. He even runs up to Akari, who he recognizes as his student, and is like, check this out, I got a rhinoceros beetle.
Which, if you have seen anime, and with little boys catching bugs, rhinoceros beetles are the shit. They are. I don't really know why, because I don't care, but that is a big find in the score. Grimm possesses Solid Snape and laughs and is like, no, leave him alone. And then Bugcatcher Brother is very happy about this. And Taco Time's like, oh, fun. All right. And he has a really quick flashback to being a kid.
If I was in Dreamland, what kind of dream would I have? And then it was like a happy memory from when he was a kid, but we don't get to see it. And it causes something on his chest to glow yellow.
Which Akari notices and kind of has a confused moment. But they move past that to the Grimm-possessed Solid Snape going back and forth between two different Grimm brothers?
Yeah, like he freezes during a laugh.
Yeah, and so he goes between King Grimm and I don't know what that second outfit was.
Gun Grimm.
Yeah, Gun Grimm.
He's got like a
He had a shotgun.
shotgun or it's a rifle and a hat with a feather in it, so maybe he's a hunter.
Yeah,
he
so
had like a capey thing.
he's kind of like swaying back and forth and goes king to gun, king to gun, king to gun.
Essentially, he had all the same elements as the other one, but they were like more serious than fun, I think is what they were going for with those outfits.
And then the Eyecon pops out of Solid Snape and then sucks Taco in. And then they're in a library. Taco's in a library and sees two jacket boys, I guess. And he's like, oh, wait, there's two of them. There's two Grimm brothers, of course. This is why it's happening. They're fighting.
And one of them is all about having fun and being entertainment and that being important. And the other one is like, no, there are things that are more important and we should be serious and we've got work to do. And that's what the conflict is about. And Taco tries to intercede and then they kick him out of the Eyecon.
Yeah, that was a really confusing bit. I don't know why they pulled him in the first place. Back at the yoga nap station studio.
Oh, see Poncho Boy's beautiful face.
Yes.
Onari went ham with the marker on his face. And he's got like drawn in eyebrows and like a mustache and like eyes drawn on his eyelids. And the chin is super good. He looks amazing. And then two gnomes show up.
And Onari is admiring his work. He's crouched down next to PB. The two generic gnomes like squat down next to him and are like, And then he is surprised and flings back and hits them both with his hands, which I didn't think was possible. But in Dreamland, Taco hears a scream and is like, that sounded like Onari. You two who can't transform and are useless here, you should go out and save him.
So then Poncho Boy and Spectre wake up in normal world.
Napland.
Napland.
So Onari is protecting the sleeping people. He takes the glitter gun and shoots the gnomes.
The generic gnomes? The gnomes?
The gnomes.
The gnomes.
That's kind of what I was going for, but I realized I didn't explain what I was saying, but I'm glad you picked up on it. Very good. And then Spectre and Pretty Poncho, they transform into Deep Spectre and
Necrom.
And Necrom.
That was one of my favorite parts because the two of them look at each other because they're like, yeah, we're gonna transform, and then Spectre's like looking at Poncho Boy's face like, why? But Onari's behind him being like, shh, don't tell him. And Poncho Boy's like, is there something wrong with my face? And Spectre's like, nope, not at all. Let's just keep going.
And so they do the serious face transformation and PB's face is all messed up.
And it's very, very good. So they're inside and then suddenly they're outside. Hey.
Super Donaire's there and they're fighting.
Yep,
There's
happened.
two Super Gnomes and Super Donaire.
She's just there all of a sudden. Deep Spectre pulls out Nobunaga. This fight was really hard to keep track of. There was a deep slasher thing with an eyeball gun, though.
That's Gun Glasses Slasher. It apparently has a name that isn't Gun Glasses Slasher, so it's Gun Glasses Slasher.
That's just such a mistake on the writer's part. Gun Glasses Slasher. It just makes so much sense.
So Super Donaire and the two Super Gnomes try to attack Necrom and Deep Spectre while they're prepping their super moves, and they form like this big fireball that just bounces off the eyeball shields of the super moves. And Necrom jumps up into the air and does a kick which I guess distracts Super Donaire, while Deep Spectre prepares Gunglasses Slasher for the Giga Omega Orb, which is also a bad name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they keep just putting the word Omega in everything.
I don't think that's the problem. I think all of it together doesn't mean anything. Giga Omega Orb. Sure. Is it better than other Omega things? I don't know. Is it better than other Giga things? I don't know. Is it an orb? Maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure it is actually an orb.
I'd still say it's questionable at best.
Okay, maybe it's an oval.
It's a rhombus. Just say that word.
Isn't
Rhombus.
that a 2D shape?
But say it.
Rhombus.
Rhombus?
But like
Rhombus. Rhombus.
Yeah, if you really accentuate the H.
You gotta get the H out first.
Rhombus.
Like white.
Rhombus.
There's so many words you could do that for. Just take the second letter and put it out first.
Titanium white.
White.
Cool. Whip.
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 Whale.
Oh.
Blue. Whale.
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 I like that one the best, I think. Whale. Blue.
Whale plaid.
Let's finish this episode.
Steampunk is in Dreamland, claiming that he is bringing everybody happiness.
But then, like, says that. He says, I'm helping people. Isn't this what they're wishing for? But then is like, don't you know the body and soul can be used as a resource? And I'm like, that's creepy.
Well, he's like, everyone's in an endless dream, just like they want. And then Taco's like, I saw the people in the photocopiers disintegrate. You're lying. And Steampunk's like, I'm lying.
Yes, I am lying.
The bodies can be used as a resource. And as of tomorrow,
They'll never wake up again. Yay.
just kind of drops that in there.
And then who shows up?
The Mad Hatter and...
Walnut fists.
Yeah, that is not originally what we called that gnome.
We didn't give that gnome a name.
We did not give that gnome a name.
couldn't.
Because this was very early on in the podcast. So I think originally we were just referring to him as like electric thing.
Shame.
But Walnut Fists is a very good name.
Because I described his fist as like shriveled walnuts. And when you look at them, you kind of understand.
Mhm.
Everything about that gnome doesn't make any sense. I wonder if he's a candelabra.
I always looked at him as like a pawn, like a chess piece because of the top.
But he's
part.
electricity themed.
I know. But I don't have any other elements.
We don't even know what object he's based on.
That's true. We may have been distracted by the giant electric bug thing that was also fighting in that episode with
He turns
Captain
into
Ghost.
That's the same gnome.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
So there's Walnut Fist, the Mad Hatter, and then 2 super gnomes.
And Steampunk.
And Steampunk. And then Taco has all the jackets to go grateful. But then Edison and was it Musashi?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was Musashi.
They just like break down. They stop working. So Taco can't.
But they go out and kill 2 gnomes and then they stop working.
And so they did some work, which is rad, but then they come back to Taco to like get him grateful, and then they stop working, so he can't go grateful.
No, he was grateful and then
They disappeared though, and they didn't go back onto like his armor, and then something happened, and they all kind of he detransformed.
Mm-hmm.
okay, back it all up. So there's all these gnomes.
Yes.
Taco transforms into grateful. Musashi and Edison go out as jacket people and kill the 2 super gnomes. And then Taco tries to use a big finishing move to take out the Mad Hatter and Walnut Fist. And he gets like zapped like electricity. And then a couple of the faces from his suit disappear. And Musashi and Edmonton. It was going so well. Musashi and Edison dissolve. And Taco detransforms because he no longer has access to all of the stuff. And we thought it might be because Grimm was fighting with itself.
Well, he blames Grimm. He says this must be Grimm's doing.
Right. And Steampunk picks up the Grimm icon off the ground where it is.
Mad Hatter and Walnut Fists come in and have Akari and Solid Snape with them. And then a new Latex Boy shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and descends some stairs.
And then turns into a wedding cake.
So I have written down magical girl moth made out of wedding cake.
Yeah.
I wrote down frills, fondant, flying abilities.
It doesn't fly, but it looks like it has wings. But the wings are made of jackets?
It might fly. We don't know
Imagine
yet.
a super over-the-top wedding cake with frills made of fondant and highlights of purple and blue, and then made into a gnome moth.
It looks maybe like water droplets are splashing into it, and also that it is like waves that are cresting.
Everything that we're saying, put it in a blender, and then drink that smoothie of imagination,
And put it on a human being.
and then that's literally what it is.
Yep.
So Steampunk's like, wow, you're pretty garbage, Taco. You serve no purpose. We've overestimated you. You're going to die. And the wedding cake punches him.
Those are words.
That makes complete sense.
The wedding cake punches Taco, not Steampunk.
Yeah.
Just in case that was not clear.
I mean, we wouldn't want to confuse people with that.
They were having
detail.
a food fight.
Oh, very one-sided food fight.
Wedding cake.
Does Taco say anything inspirational?
No.
No, he just pulls out the infinity eye.
And then it sings a little bit.
So it's the Mugen ghost. And we get a transformation sequence this time. So when he goes into the Eyecon space for his big transformation, there's this white jacket flying around, just shedding feathers.
A longer jacket. It's
a long
longer.
jacket,
It's
yeah.
a longer jacket than the other jackets.
It's like thigh length instead of waist length.
It's white.
Hold on. If you were given 5 words to describe this jacket or this transformation,
Jacket or his transformed form?
his transformed form.
Okay, I have.
You
I
have,
have
5 words, and I'm
I
going
have
to say
5
how
words
many
written
of
down.
them are the same.
I have 5 words written down
Yep.
here. Rainbow horn,
Yep.
glitter,
Yep.
orange eyes.
No. But yes.
I have infinity,
Uh-huh.
multicolor,
Uh-huh.
and victory.
Rainbows, glitter, white, rainbow horn, holographic panels.
And infinity everywhere.
Oh yeah, and infinity.
Yeah.
And orange. But also mostly white and glitter.
And
Yeah,
when
rainbow.
When he's done, there are feathers in the air around him.
I also wrote down feathers.
So
And then the episode's over.
Before he hits anyone.
I believe this form is called infinite evolution.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Or
the catchphrase.
the phrase, that was
like what
catchphrase?
it says on the icon is what it is. It
Okay.
is the Mugen, but
There was a lot going on, Corey.
I think it should be infinity.
I like infinity evolution.
I think next week's ep is going to be a lot.
This week's ep was more than I wanted it to be.
But think next week we're opening on a fight scene.
Yeah, that's true.
But we've got so many latex boys to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully he can have his cake and eat it too.
Do you think he can befriend the latex boys?
I'm not sure they're friend material.
I don't think so either. Anybody, now again, not kink shaming, but anybody who wears that much latex, I just have a feeling they wouldn't be a good friend.
Just as their everyday wear.
yeah,
They're very robotic. I'm not sure they understand emotions yet. I don't know if right now they are capable of being friends.
They need to work on themselves a bit.
Maybe if they evolve some, like if they, the whole thing is they're gonna analyze and then be able to destroy Taco. Maybe they'll analyze his speeches and understand how to be good friends.
Do you think we're going to run into more situations where a bunch of them combine together for superpowers?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I start the episode with a yawn and I end the episode with a yawn.
Ooh,
wow.
if enough of them combine with wedding cake, does that make it a tiered wedding cake?
Yeah.
It's already a tiered freaking wedding cake.
It
It's just
absolutely is.
like, it's going all over the place.
Oh yeah, by the way, we should have specified that wedding cake was like a 10-tiered, frilly,
It was
fondant.
something.
It was something else.
I feel like it should have had bows. There weren't any bows that I saw.
We didn't see the back of it.
Oh, you're
Yeah, there might be a bow on the back.
In between where the wings are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We know the character design of the show enough to know that there's probably a bow on the back.
There's definitely something on the back we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you all for listening.
To our podcast.
If you would like to support us, visit GHOSTWATCH2016.xyz and donate. If you want to talk to us, visit
Don't.
Twitter
I'm sorry.
at GHOSTWATCH2016. Links to various places to view these episodes or listen to them are on our website. Goodbye.
Bye.